Matthew 7, verse 13 to 29. The narrow and wide gates. Enter through the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the way is broad that leads to destruction, and there are many who enter through it. For the gate is narrow and the way is constricted that leads to life, and there are few who find it. A tree and its fruit. Beware of the false prophets, who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. You will know them by their fruits. Grapes are not gathered from thorn bushes, nor figs from thistles, are they? So every good tree bears good fruit, but the bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. So then you will know them by their fruits.
What fire means?
Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but the one who does the will of my Father, who is in heaven, will enter. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name cast out demons, and in your name perform many miracles? And then I will declare to them, I never knew you. Leave me, you who practice lawlessness. The two foundations. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and acts on them will be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and slammed against that house, and yet it did not fall, for it has been founded on the rock. And everyone who hears these words of mine and does not act on them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and slammed against that house, and it fell, and its collapse was great. When Jesus had finished these words, the crowds were amazed at his teaching, for he was teaching them as one who had authority, and not as the scribes. Now please take some time to give a short summary for what we just read. Your summary can be something like this. Jesus taught the people who choose the narrow and constricted way that leads to life, to judge false prophets by looking at their fruits, their actions, and to take actions according to his teachings. Okay, here's your first comprehension question. A good tree can bear bad fruit, and a bad tree can bear good fruit. Was this A, this was not written in the Bible, or B, this was written in the Bible?
Your answer B.
If your answer is A, this was not written in the Bible, then yay! The answer is A. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear good fruit. That means a bad tree cannot bear good fruit either. Here's your other comprehension question. Therefore, everyone who blank will be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. Therefore, everyone who A, hears these words, or B, hears these words of mine and acts on them, will be like a wise man.
B.
If your answer is B, hears these words of mine and acts on them, you have to act on it too, then, yay! Good job! Woo! Oh, so cute.
He's so funny.
The answer is B. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and acts on them will be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. Verse 24. Now ponder this. Scripture writes, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but the ones who does the will of my Father who is in heaven will enter." What is God's will for us? How do we carry out His will?
Mommy, look at